From getting weird looks for calling everyone mate to horrifying my friends by taking my shoes off the second I walk into their house, my life here has been a series of delightful and bewildering cultural exchanges. Turns out, being Australia's unofficial translator is a full-time gig that nobody warned me about.
You better take cover.
I landed in the US in 2018, totally ready for my Hollywood moment. And moving to Nashville, I figured Keith and Nicole would have me around for a barbie at any time as well. Instead, my life turned into a daily blooper reel starring me as the clueless Aussie who turned a barbecue into the infamous thong incident and is still on a hopeless quest for a decent flat white. So let's start with coffee. In Australia, it's an art form. Flat whites, long blacks, piccolos, we take our brews seriously. Walk into an American coffee shop, ask for a flat white, and you'll get some blank stares and maybe a confused shrug as well. Suddenly you're settling for just coffee, only to be handed a giant mug of watery drip. For an Aussie palate, it's like listening to your favourite song through the wall. And then comes a parade of creamers and syrups. It's kind of like putting tomato sauce on a Michelin star steak. Same language, totally different coffee universe. Moving to the US, you quickly learn that speaking English doesn't mean you're actually speaking the same language. Aussie and American English are kind of like a house cat and a tiger. Related, but one will definitely land you in more trouble. Take my classic thongs disaster. In Australia, thongs are just flip-flops, beach footwear. Nothing scandalous. But in America, not so much. So when I casually mentioned at a backyard barbecue in the middle of summer, without even thinking about it, that I should have just worn thongs, the whole crowd went silent. Eyes widened. Awkward coughs followed, and I realised that I just dropped an accidental underwear bombshell. Cue the frantic explanations and a face redder than a beetroot on an Aussie burger. Turns out even the simplest words can trigger a full-on cultural clash. But the language curveballs don't just end with thongs. Try asking for the toilet and you'll get a raised eyebrow. Here it's strictly bathroom or restroom. Mention you'll see someone in the arvo and watch them try to decode your accent as well. Swing by the servo for petrol, cue another round of flat white level confusion. And then there's the daily brain gymnastics with measurements. Miles versus kilometres, pounds versus kilos, Fahrenheit versus Celsius. My head's become a full-time calculator just trying to keep up with how to work out what these conversions are. Good thing we have apps on our phone nowadays.
7. Everyone in McKinney is dead. The temperature, the heat index right now in McKinney is 10,000. What is that? 101,105.
Our Aussie tendency to shorten every word and slap an O or a Y on the end is probably a national pastime that just doesn't translate. Brekkie for breakfast. Macca's for McDonald's, Chrissy for Christmas. Now think about this phrase. Want a chocky bicky with your cuppa? Now, we all get it, but over here it's like you're making up toddler talk.
I don't know, I think it's just we are a very alcohol-driven nation.
And then there's the word mate. In America, you call your friends buddy or pal, but in Australia, you call everyone mate. The police officer, your boss, even the hero who snuck into your parking spot as you were about to pull in. It can be a term of endearment, a casual greeting, and sometimes a passive-aggressive warning all rolled into one.
Can I have a go?
No, mate, I'm not going to have a go. Not now.
Honestly, it's a word that I say every day. Even now, it's ingrained in my soul. No matter how far or how wide I roam, I'll still say thanks, mate, when paying for something.
I am so freaking pissed.
In the US, it's all about being angry. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you're pissed. End of story. But in Australia, pissed is our go-to word for being absolutely smashed after a night out at the pub. So when I say I got so pissed last night, I'm not talking about flying off the handle. I'm just reminiscing about an awesome night out with the boys.
This will be a good one, I think.
Now here's where it gets even messier. You can be pissed and pissed off at the same time. That's Aussie English for you. One word, two wildly different moods. She'll be right. It's the Aussie cure-all. Car won't start, running late for work, total chaos. Just shrug and say it. To Americans who seem to love a good worst-case scenario plan, this laid-back optimism is both hilarious and mildly terrifying.
Professor, without knowing precisely what the danger is, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would.
While they're prepping for disaster, Aussies are just trusting the universe to sort itself out. Aussie homes seem to have this universal law. Shoes off, mate. It's not a gentle wipe at the door, it's a full removal. No matter if it's tiles, floorboards, and especially the sacred carpet. First time an American friend waltzed into my home here, sneakers on and all, right onto the rug, I nearly called 911. He looked at me like I'd asked him to recite the national anthem backwards, and his questions came fast. Is the floor sacred to Aussies? Is it made of gold? Are these floors imported from the outback? Sorry, mate. It's just classic Aussie house etiquette. Outside dirt stays outside. All right, I need a quick break from my anxieties. What's the most confusing or hilarious Aussie slang word that you've ever had to explain to a foreigner? Drop it in the comments below. I really need to know I'm not alone in this cultural divide. I really thought I knew food. Then I moved here. Suddenly, a regular meal could feed a footy team. And my waistline is waving the white flag. Go home to Australia and you can magically eat double and still lose weight. Is it magic? Nope, just the goodness of Aussie food. Homesick cravings hit hard. Real meat pies and sausage rolls, Red Rooster and Cadbury's that don't taste like a sugar bomb. Here, pie means dessert. A chicken burger is a chicken sandwich and everything tastes like it's been dunked in syrup. And as for the PB&J obsession, that one's still a mystery to me. Honestly, all I want is a dare iced coffee, a sausage roll with some tomato sauce, maybe a vanilla slice, apple turnover, chocolate eclair. Expat life. Delicious, confusing, and slightly more elastic pants are required.
Uh-oh.
Now, this last one is a bit more subtle, but I notice it every single day. Americans are generally super friendly, like Olympic level friendly. But there's a performance to it that leaves this dry-witted Aussie blinking in the spotlight. This extends to our sense of humour as well. Aussies have this very dry, sarcastic wit. We love to take the piss out of our friends as a sign of affection. But here, that can be completely misinterpreted as you just being mean. It's a delicate dance, and learning when to tone down the sarcasm and dial up the overt enthusiasm to match the local energy. There's a knack to it. Sometimes I wonder if everyone here is secretly auditioning for a toothpaste commercial, or maybe I'm really featuring on The Truman Show.
Good morning!
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good...
Living stateside as an Aussie basically turns you into a full-time cultural interpreter. Suddenly, she'll be right sounds like reckless optimism. Vegemite is both a national icon and it's an international dare. And just asking guests to ditch their shoes at the door sometimes feels like you're launching a diplomatic incident at the United Nations.
That really hurt.
Being the unofficial Aussie ambassador to a crowd of confused Americans is exhausting, but honestly, it's hilarious. And you know what's really wild? All this translating, defending, and myth-busting just makes me love Australia even more. Every quirky habit I have to justify, every bit of slang that I translate, and every food that I passionately defend reminds me how awesome we Aussies really are. Hooroo, mateys.